Hi, we're taking our projects outdoors with a DIY video from Canvas ETC. We will be making a fireplace cover. This is the previous cover in which I disassembled in order to get my pattern pieces. You will need to take 2 yards of 60 inches wide polyester waterproof canvas. This also comes with a PVC lining, which is great for the outdoors. This is very durable and holds up to all kinds of weather. You will also need a yard of webbing for your loops, a pair of scissors, a marking pen to mark out your pieces, some thread, a ruler, and you will also need, from my toolbox, a pair of clippers or snips, and these snips come in handy when cutting the excess thread. Alright, to begin our project, you will need to make 4 panels, and you need to cut them 35 inches wide by 15.5 inches long. This will go on the sides of our cover. You will also need to cut 4.5 inch strips of webbing, and you'll need 8 of those. Take your canvas and make a square by cutting 35 inches by 35 inches wide and long. Let's get started on the sewing part. First, mark 3 inches from the bottom, and this mark is placed at the center of each panel. Each panel will have a loop at the middle of that panel. Take your webbing, fold it in half, and place that on that mark. Make sure when you sew these loops onto your panel that you want to secure the stitches at the beginning and at the end, or you can just sew twice over the top of it. There will be a loop at the center of all 4 panels, and there will also be a loop at all 4 corners. This gives it more space in order to tie down your cover. And there you have it. Now you want to take your 4 panels, right sides together, and you want to sew 1/2 inch from the top, securing your stitches at the beginning and at the end. You'll also want to make a 1/2 inch seam allowance. You will do this 4 times. On the corner of each panel, you will place a loop on the inside of that seam. As you can see here, I did not sew the 1/2 inch up at the top. I will show you one more time. Just do a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and then you'll want to take your webbing and you want to fold that in half and place that inside the seam 3 inches from the bottom edge, and you want to go ahead and sew that to the corner. The reason why that I did this, the reason why I put the loops on the inside like this is so that way you don't see the loops on the outside. It's just merely on the inside. And make sure you secure that 2 to 3 times on the inside. Clip your threads, and you want to do that 4 times on all the corners. There you go. From here you want to take the square that you'd made, the 35 by 35 inch square. You want to place that facing right sides together to the corner of your 4 panels. It got a little blurry, so excuse the little blur there. You want to go ahead and match your corners with the panel, and you want to secure that stitch at the beginning and all around till you come to the end. The reason why I left the 1/2 inch open like that is because you'll pivot that next panel at that edge. So as you can see, as I'm sewing down the side, keeping track of my sides, as you come to the corners, you just want to take your panels and pivot at the corner. Putting the needle of the sewing machine down in the down position as you turn your material 90 degrees. And just sew along the 4 edges. Here I'm placing my hem 1 inch from the bottom. Make sure that you don't sew your loops into that hem. Clip your threads and you're all done. You have a perfect fireplace cover. Thanks for watching.